Hi, everybody. It is Kathy, and I love to be selling. Come on in, sellers. I have a super savings tip for you that are selling on eBay. It can work on other platforms too, but it is particularly useful for eBay. And using this tip, you can literally save hundreds of dollars a year, if not more, depending on how much you're selling. This tip works whether you have an eBay store or you don't have an eBay store, but it is a super way to save money selling on eBay. So when people come to me to work with me on their eBay selling, one of the first questions always is, "Good morning, Sharon, is Kathy, how do I make more money selling on eBay?" So the answer to that is you sell more. You increase your listings is one way. The other, so you increase listings, increase what is called your sell-through rate, which is how fast your items sell. And the third way is you increase your profit margin. And if you don't know what your profit margin is how much money you make after paying for shipping, eBay fees, and obviously for your cost of goods. So increased sales, increased profitability is more listings, increase my sell-through rate so that the items sell faster, and then increase your profit margin. So you literally can be selling the same amount of items, but you make more money on each item, right? Have I got your attention? One super way to make more money on each item, and again, this works with or without an eBay store, is optimizing your shipping costs, okay? And typically shipping every year, as we all know if you've been selling for a while, it increases. It goes up every year. And now, and I'm doing this December 2021, during the holidays, there's typically an increase. So sellers really need to keep an eye on their shipping costs to keep their business profitable. Because again, people will come to me and they're like, wow, you know, I'm selling a lot, but I'm not making a lot. And that's because of profit margins. So super way to increase your profit margin is to get savvier on shipping. Shipping is the number one error that new sellers make. They don't charge enough and they get nagged, they get dinged on that. More experienced sellers can get dinged on it too, because you just weigh something wrong or you think something's going to fit in a flat rate box and then it doesn't, and then you're stuck. So really to stay on top of shipping. Now, one thing, if you are selling heavier items, be sure to keep an eye on the UPS and the FedEx rates that eBay has negotiated. They are very good. So when you're listing, take a look at those options when you're selling heavier items. Now, when you're selling lighter items or heavier items that'll fit in standard boxes, it really pays to get to know the regional rates and whether your item is going to fit in a priority padded flat rate mailer. Now, I'm in New York City. So in New York City, you cannot get the priority padded flat rate mailers at the post office. I can only get them on the website. Some sellers have told me that their regional post offices do carry them, and if they do, it's great. It's a super, let me just grab one. If you're not familiar with them, you go on the USPS website and they're free to order, okay? And they are super useful to keep on hand. I used one this morning. It cost me $8.49 to use a priority padded flat rate mailer. And somebody asked me, they're like, do you have to be able to seal it? You do. I mean, there's a little bit of wiggle room with the sealing, but you do need to be able to seal it. I always then reinforce it with tape. But anywhere in the United States, you can use the priority padded flat rate mailers. These are super. And again, it's 8 and change. You can often fit shoes in here. I have shipped ballerina flats, slippers, Clothing rolled up fits in here. I've done blue jeans in priority padded flat rate, small collectibles. I do bubble wrap them, put them in a box, and you can put a box inside the padded flat rate mailers. But these are super to offer priority mail to your customers, and you're only paying $8 and change to ship anywhere in the United States. So that's my first tip for you, is keep an eye on the priority padded flat rate mailers, okay? The next thing is, and these are a huge favorite of mine, is the Regional A box. The Regional A box comes in 2 sizes. There's this one, which I call the boxy box, which when you put it together, it loads like this. It's a top loading small box. And then the Regional A also has a long, thinner box. Looks like this. Hang on, let me just put this together like this. Okay. And again, clothes, all kinds of things. Now, I bring up the Regional A box as well as talking about the padded priority mailer, because you would think, oh, priority padded mailer, I'll just use that for everything. Well, I'm in New York, and today I was shipping 2 pounds to the state of Maryland. And for me, I wrote this down. For me, the priority padded flat rate mailer was $8.49. The Regional A box was $7.84. So I saved 65 cents mailing using the Regional A. You're going to save money on Regional A over the priority padded flat rate mailer for states that are near you. So for instance, for me being in New York, I will always look at the Regional A rate if I'm shipping to New York, if I'm shipping to New Jersey, if I'm shipping to Connecticut. And Maryland, I didn't know off the top of my head because I don't ship to Maryland all the time. States that I ship to all the time, I know. Like for instance, for me, Regional A is cheaper to Boston than the padded flat rate mailer. So this is something where when you go into eBay shipping, if you're unaware of this, and I do this regularly, so this way you don't have to memorize everything, and you go to ship, you can click on the priority and it will show you everything that is available. So you will see the padded rate. You will see the Regional A rate. You'll also see medium, and I've got the medium because you've got medium flat rate boxes too, which are going to be more than the padded priority flat rate. But it will show you everything available. Because again, I use the padded priority mailers a lot because I know what they are. And I know that it's going to be cheaper for me to use it to ship to Chicago or Los Angeles. But when you're shipping to a state that is near you, and that's going to be different, obviously, depending on where you are in the United States. And that's why I encourage you to use the drop down that eBay gives you. You see the rate right there. So then you know that the Regional A is cheaper than the padded priority mail. And for me, hey, 65 cents, if you're saving, $1.50, $2, $3, $4 a day, or even $3 or $4 a week, right? That adds up. That's $20 a month times 12, right? You just saved yourself a couple $100 if you're shipping a lot. So then I'm going to be saving $5, $6, $7 a day times 30, then times 12. You can literally be saving hundreds of dollars using regional boxes when before you might have been using the priority padded mailers. Now, Regional A boxes, again, some of the post offices carry them, some don't. My post office doesn't. My post office carries the medium flat rate boxes, and they only carry one size of that. So they carry, there's a square medium flat rate, and medium flat rates are great, by the way, when you've got bigger, heavier items, particularly if you're shipping a long distance. Like for me, if I'm shipping to California, a medium flat rate is going to be cheaper than regular priority. They only carry this size medium flat rate. So what you're going to want to do is go on the USPS website. I recommend this to all sellers, but particularly new sellers. Order the padded priority flat rate mailers. Order, they're free. Order Regional A boxes, and I keep them in both sides. The square box, hang on, I want to pull it up again. The square box, I actually really like the square box a lot. I find it's the easiest to load. So the square box which loads from the top. I do have the other one because I find it's good for clothing. But order the regional A's and have them on hand. I don't find regional B tends to be more bigger items, and I just ship smaller items. But if you do ship a variety of items, have some regional B's on hand, but definitely have regional A on hand, both sizes. Definitely have the padded mailers on hand, and definitely have the medium flat rate. And I order both configurations. Again, the square box that loads from the top as well as the big one. Then when you go to ship, if you've offered priority mail shipping, or, and this happens at the holidays, but it'll also happen around birthdays and anniversaries, special occasions, if you offer paid shipping upgrades, which I do on everything. So let's say something's first class, I'm offering you a priority mail paid upgrade. They've paid for the priority mail upgrade because they want to get it quicker. I go to ship and I click the drop down and I pick the best one to use. So again, if I'm going to save 67 cents and ship it on a regional A, absolutely I'm going to be doing that. The medium flat rate, it's going to save me $3 or $4 over the regular priority. Absolutely I'm going to do that. So go to the USPS website. Again, all these supplies are free. You do need to use them for priority mail, so use them for how they're intended, and order the padded priority flat rate envelopes. And I do encourage you on the regional A, order both configurations, and you'll find which one you really like and works for the items that you're selling, and order the medium flat rate in both configurations. And do check your local post office and see the assortment that they carry. It's always good to be picking up more of the priority mail supplies. And do note whether it is a flat rate box like the medium flat rate, or if it's a regular priority box. And I had one. Do I have it here? I'm trying to think. I had a bunch of boxes here. Hang on. So that's the regional A. That's my medium flat rate. This is my medium flat rate. That's my medium flat rate. I didn't grab it. Oh, it's on the floor. Hang on a second. There's one, and sometimes sellers get confused, which is why I'm bringing it up. It's the shoe box, which is one of my big favorites. It's really good for clothes. Yes, you can put shoes in it, but you can put everything in it. This one, this is the shoe box. You get it on the USPS website. It is not a flat rate box. I'm going to say it again. It is not a flat rate box. You're going to pay the regular priority mail on the box. Okay. So my big tip for you to save yourself a ton of money is have the padded flat rate priority mail envelopes on hand to use. Have your regional A's on hand to use, because oftentimes when you're shipping nearby you, you're going to find the regional A is going to save you some nice money over using the padded priority. And then definitely keep the medium flat rates on hand. They're really good when you're shipping longer distances. You're welcome. Yes, Sharon. Regional. So for instance, like you're in the middle of the United States. So regional A is going to be a lot of states around you. You're going to save some nice money, particularly because I know you sell some nice men's clothing. If people are buying 2 or 3 items, so it's going over a pound, the regional A boxes might be a really affordable way for you to be shipping. Okay. Now, while you're shipping and while you're saving lots of money, because we're increasing your profit margins, you also want to make sure that your listings are getting found in eBay search, that you've written a listing that eBay search understands what your listing is, so it's able to showcase it to interested buyers. And I've got a free tip sheet for you on my website. So you're going to hop over to I Love to Be Selling. And when you hop over there, you're going to see this banner, Dominate eBay Search. This is a wonderful free guide I've written for my seller friends, all about how to stand out in eBay search. This is completely free. So hop over to my website, I Love to Be Selling, and grab this gift from me to you. And that way you're writing listings that are standing out in search. And then when they sell, yay, you're going to be saving yourself nice money using the shipping tips that I just explained. Okay, great. I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling. Bye-bye, everybody.